back, guys, to yet another video. KQC Productions here, and today we are going to talk about the Dell XPS 13 laptop. I purchased this about a few months ago, back in August, and I gotta truly say that this laptop is amazing. I got it from my local Costco, and you can get a really good deal and price for it if you go there and get it. So first, if we get to get everything started, let's talk about the specs. The specs on this laptop: it has a 13.3-inch Quad HD display. The display is outstanding. The color and the accuracy and the picture quality that comes out of that laptop is just amazing. The Quad HD display is touchscreen, which works very, very well. I am very surprised in the quality of the laptop, as it's very thin, but the quality is amazing. So we're running about the Core i7-6560U processor, which still is running dual core. It's not like one of the other laptops that have you can compare the Apple iMacs to that, as also the same small form factor and same size, but this actually has the better processor. It runs on 2.2 gigahertz, and also this one is the highest end model, which has the Core i7, which I just mentioned, and also 16 gigs of the DDR3 1866 millihertz RAM on that. And it also carries the 512 gigabyte solid state drive, which is M.2, and that runs very, very well. I was kind of worried about the smaller size. I mean, I know there is the other, the 200 gig version. That's not the exact size, but I was kind of worried. The 500, I'm like, well, I have my 2 terabytes on my desktop, and I figured I can just put a lot of my stuff on that. Or you can also plug a SD card in on the side of the laptop. That is possible. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's finish up while we got some of these specs. This has the Intel Iris graphics chip in there. It's not anything like a GTX 1070 inside of a laptop or anything, but for this price range and also the type of computer that you're getting, it works fairly well and works really well with anything that you're at least going to try to throw at it. You can even run probably video editing software quite well on that and not have problems. But when it comes to games, it might have a few stutters. I'd rather just stick with the desktop anyway. So it has Bluetooth. You got your dual band Wi-Fi. You got your 5G Wi-Fi you can connect to, the regular 2.4 you can connect to. That works wonderful. And we have a backlit keyboard, which most laptops, some don't, some do. This one does, and it works very well. Especially at night, you can see exactly what you're using. It weighs 2.7 pounds, which is very great. I actually like the little bit of a heavier weight on the laptop. Makes it feel like a better quality product. As you can say with a lot of the new PCs, like the HP, what I think is the Spectre laptop, it's very thin, but it really felt cheap. It felt like I can pretty much take it and then snap it in half. This one, I feel like I can throw it at the wall, and it would break right through a wall because it's such a solid piece of hardware. I have a dimension sheet up on the computer. The dimensions is 11.98 by 7.88 by 0.33 to 0.6. That's all in inches form factor. You can look that up if you don't understand how I said that. But that's just telling how wide, the length of it, and also the thinness of the product. But as all those specs go, that's pretty much the specs on the laptop. There is no hard drive, not optical drive that you can put a CD disc in, which most laptops don't anyway. But that's what you have with this computer. So now that we got all the specs and all the good details out of the way, let's go into talking about the laptop itself and how it looks, it feels, as I kind of touched already. But let's kind of go into more details, and you can see all of that good stuff that I was just talking about. So first things first, Let's go to the sides of the laptop. We have our power jack on the side of the laptop. We also got a USB-C, which works really well with using the display adapters to get HDMI through. VGA if you need that for some older. I had to use that for class and my schooling. You have your 3.0 USB. You also have a headphone jack, which works as headphone and microphone. And you have a really cool button you can press on the side, and you can see exactly what the battery percentage of the computer is. So let's say your computer is off. Let's say you're running to class really quick, or you're running to work really quick, and you need to see, oh, what's the battery percentage before I hit the road. You can hit that button, and it'll go in increments of like 5 on the side, and will let you know exactly what your battery percentage is. So that is on the left side of the computer. If you go on to the other side of the computer, you're going to have another 3.0 USB. You also have a locking piece in the corner where you can put a lock through the computer and lock it to your desk if you would like. And you also have a SD card slot which you can use on the side, and let's say you can store extra stuff, or also swap your cards out between your camera and anything else that you're using. So that's very useful. For such a small laptop, there's a lot of stuff in this laptop. As I said, we got Core i7. That's when you open the lid, you got the Core i7 logo in there. You can choose to take that off if you want to. You also have a very nice carbon fiber finish that goes throughout the inside of the computer. It's very nice. The only problem that you have with this carbon fiber finish is it does tend to have very sensitive to your fingers. So if you put your hands on it and you have a lot of oils on your hands, it will show up pretty bad on this computer. Plus, you also have the touchscreen, which will get very dirty if you you touch a lot of the screen and then you start touching all the keys and the board. I always use a microfiber cloth and some rubbing alcohol, and I wipe that off, and it cleans it really well. So that works really great. So let's turn to the keyboard itself. The keyboard itself is great. As I was stating, I love the keyboard. The key depth is very nice. It has a nice clickable, not clickable, but it feels very nice. I like Apple's, as theirs is nice, but there really isn't any much depth in the keys. This one has a nice depth. It doesn't feel like it's going to bend in when you press the keyboard, kind of like the HP one I was talking about. The backlighting is great. As I stated, you have 3 different modes. You can turn it off. They have a lighter mode and then a little bit of a brighter mode for the keys and make them a little bit brighter. That works very well. And also, when you stop using the keys or the touchpad, the keyboard will automatically turn off the backlighting for you. It dims it. So then as soon as you press a key or you start using the mouse, the trackpad, it'll automatically turn the backlighting back on for you. So it's a nice little feature that is included in the laptop. So if we go to another item we have on here, we can talk about the actual touchpad itself. The touchpad itself has a lot of cool features on the touchpad. It feels very nice. It's not rough. It's a very smooth trackpad. You know, we've had a lot of problems with the drivers on the laptop. I guess when it first came out, there was a lot of problems with the drivers. The newer drivers that are updated for the computer, I think, have really helped this trackpad. I mean, obviously, you're going to have some errors. Sometimes you misswipe certain things and you open up certain things when you don't want them to. But that's kind of with any trackpad. But this trackpad is very smooth. I love it. It's one of the best trackpads I've felt on any laptop. There's a lot of tricks you can do with this. If you use the 2 fingers on the keyboard or on the trackpad, you can scroll as you can with some other laptops, but the scrolling works very well. You can zoom and zoom out, which I've turned that feature off because I felt like every time I wanted to scroll, it would automatically try to zoom my page. So I automatically disabled that because I didn't really care for the zoom feature anyway. You can use your 3 fingers. You can slide up or down. That will either hide your page it'll basically close all the tabs to the bottom and open up just your desktop, or you can slide it back all forward and it will open up your recent applications back to that last screen you were on. If you're still using your 3 fingers, you can slide them sideways, left to right, and you can scroll through all your open applications and choose the one you want, which is a very cool feature. I think if you slide all the 3 of the fingers up, it'll open them up to where you can use your mouse and actually click on it versus having to scroll through them from left to right as the other menu was. And also, if you use the tapping on the fingers, you can do a 3-finger tap to open up Cortana. You can use the 4-finger tap to open up the menu bar on the side. So there's so many different features you can do with this trackpad. There's a whole bunch of things you can do with it. So that is one other great feature you can do with this laptop. What else do we have? Talking about the touchscreen again. You can use the touchscreen as basically a tablet, turn it into tablet mode, and kind of use it as a tablet. You can use a keyboard on the tablet or on the screen, which makes it kind of like the tablet, which I'm sure most people won't even use because you have a keyboard. Why would you want to use the keyboard onto the screen? So after talking about all that stuff about the laptop and a whole bunch of other things that I've covered, this laptop is just a all-in-one, pretty nice laptop. If you're looking for something that's small, has a nice form factor, something that's comparable even to the Mac, as they're very small, the 13-inch Mac, they're very small. So I'm a Windows guy. I'm not a big fan of Mac products or anything Apple, but I will say that this is something comparable to the MacBooks that you can get, and it's a very strong contender. Just one of the other options is you get that touchscreen, which is very important for me. I like the touchscreen feature, and it kind of makes that laptop feel really, really great. That edgeless design display that's on here is just wonderful, as I've mentioned many times before. This laptop is great. So if you're doing something for school or work, this is work perfectly. As I do programming, it works really, really well. Just that if you look at the front of this laptop, it is very nice. The aluminum design on it, it works very well. So I thank you guys for watching this video and listening to me blabber on about this great laptop, because I know you guys, if you guys try to purchase this or looking to find a review on it, hopefully this will help you figure out what laptop you are trying to find. I will say you can get this at Costco. Sometimes they'll have it on sale and not on sale, but it's a very good deal versus the $1,700 it's retailed for. So just keep an eye on it on their website, and I'm sure you might be able to find a good deal on it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys watch more of my videos and you guys help support my channel, as I have hit over 1,000 subscribers, which I'm very, very excited for. Thank you guys for everything, and I will see you in the next video.